Hello! With more and more people now using salt stones in their massage practice, it's wonderful. But one thing that I hear again and again from therapists who talk to me at the shows that we go to is that their salt stones are either degrading and getting smaller in size, or they're getting rough and they don't know what to do. They're not quite sure what the problem is. So those are the two issues that I would like to address today. And they're basically, the answer is the same for both issues. And that is moisture, and also the quality of the salt that you have in the first place makes a big difference on how it's able to withstand the work that you do time and time again. And also how you seal and season your stones on a regular basis. Now, the one thing I suggest to therapists constantly is jojoba is the best medium, hands down, to use on your salt stones and with your salt stones. It is the only medium that I use with my massage. I have found that jojoba actually is not an oil. A lot of people say jojoba oil, but jojoba is actually a liquid wax ester, and that the chemical composition of it is very different from oils or lotions or creams, and it is the most compatible with our skin. So as far as using it as a medium on your client's skin, it's really the best thing out there. But the stones really like them too, because what I have found over the years is that the fact that the only medium I use with my massage is jojoba, and the fact that I use my stones with every massage, what happens over a very short period of time is that your stones will get this amazingly smooth, sealed, kind of waxy layer to it. And that will protect your stones if there's a humid environment that they're put in, or there's moisture that's not usually there, and that nice waxy seal will protect it. A perfect case, a few weeks ago, we're here in Washington, D.C., and in the height of the summer, it's very, very humid, and my air conditioner broke. Well, I was very concerned about my stones, so I came down, I came into the room, and I went over and I could see them glistening. I picked them up. There was a moisture to them, but it did not degrade them. It did not make them rough, because underneath that moisture was that beautiful protective layer of the jojoba wax ester. And I did not have to do anything to my stones. They were absolutely fine. These two here are stones that I have been using. I actually cut and carved these myself. These actually come from Poland. I cut and carved these 17 years ago, and I have not once sanded them down since the initial sanding 17 years ago. I take these with me when we go to shows, because that's one of the biggest questions that people ask is, how long do my stones last? Well, this one, basically, hundreds and hundreds of clients, this stone has helped. This too. You can see how this one is a little bit smaller than this one. This one was a tad smaller than this one to begin with, but I don't know if you can really see here, but it's a lot thinner. The edges are less pronounced here, because when I use it, I'm working around the client, and obviously a trace amount of these minerals will go on your client's skin as well as your hands. And so you kind of, over time, and we're talking years, you will lose that slight edge. But basically the jojoba is what really keeps your stones from getting rough or degrading over time. And I use the best crafted and the best sourced stones that there are from an amazing artisan in Pakistan. And the mineral content in these stones, salt stones, are so beautiful that it just helps it hold it all together. So even if it is subjected to a little bit of moisture, as it was a few weeks ago, the fact that it has the jojoba on it, it's totally protected and there's absolutely no problem. So what I would suggest to you is to stop your stones degrading and getting rough. I would say, first of all, to sand them down again, 220 sandpaper, just initial sanding again, and get some jojoba and make a nice seal. What you could do is put the jojoba on after you've sanded it, rub it around nicely, and put it in a glass dish and put it in either the oven or a toaster oven for, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes or so until it gets nice and hot. Bring it out, let it cool, and then put on another layer. It's like you're seasoning, when you season the cast iron frying pans, you do that same thing. And you do the same with your stones. So if after that you find that they are still getting rough or they're still degrading, then it's possibly a very low grade salt that you have, and it's maybe something that has been mined from China or a lesser grade salt mine in Pakistan, and I can't control that. We just source the best in my mind. But try those two things. Use the sandpaper, and I would change your medium to jojoba if you can, and if you can't, then maybe after every massage, after you use it with oil, rub it down and just apply a little layer of jojoba, and then buff it nice and soft with a microfiber cloth. So you can try that as well. So there's lots of options. Salt stones should never be rough if they're massage grade, ever, ever, ever. And I get very upset when I hear therapists say that, they use salt stones for exfoliating, because salt stones should not be exfoliating at all. They should be as smooth and as soft as glass. They should be, when they're the right kind of stone, when you have them in your hand and you're working specific trigger points at any point of your massage, your client cannot feel and will not feel the stone, because it is so smooth. They will just feel your hands and the work you're doing, and that beautiful penetrating heat full of minerals that helps accentuate the work that you're doing in a way that it has it last a lot longer for your client. And always remember to remind your clients at the end of the session, don't shower for the rest of the day, because you want those minerals staying on your client's body, continuing to absorb, continuing to help the work that you've done, and your clients will really appreciate knowing that. So hopefully I've answered those questions for you today, and if you have any more, then just stay tuned for our other videos. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.